Thanks for joining us here in the Fox 4 Weather Center. Of course, all eyes on a cold front working its way through southwest Florida as we speak. And with that cold front, it is bringing with it some spotty rain showers. At this point, though, it's a fairly stable weather setup, not even seeing much in the way of lightning anywhere close to the area. So certainly good news for anybody maybe who has a ball game this evening. That said, you still might want to keep those umbrellas close by just because we do have some of those lingering nuisance rain showers ongoing even behind that front right now. So Port Charlotte, Inglewood up to Northport, in that area where our FDOT crews continue to repair the road. Thankfully, the showers have cleared out there, but they continue for the Babcock Ranch area into eastern Charlotte County, heading into Venus as well as Palmdale, pushing toward 27. And then for our friends here from Cape Coral to downtown Fort Myers into Lehigh Acres Gateway, also seeing some of those light nuisance rain showers as well, working their way pretty quickly from the west toward the east. Currently across Collier County, we actually have a heavier swath of rain. This is actually directly ahead of the cold front. That's why it's a little bit more intense, a little bit more invigorated. But from Immokalee down to Ave Maria, Harker, heads up. You do have an area of heavier rainfall now working its way your direction. Also potential for some gusty winds around 30 miles per hour. Orange Tree, though, you are now out of that line. As for those winds, we can tell the cold front has cleared certain parts of our community based upon the wind shift. And also, it is still breezy out there. Naples, those peak gusts currently at 31 miles per hour right now, sitting around 23 miles per hour in Fort Myers. Speaking of Fort Myers, let's take you downtown right now. This is what it looks like from the Luminary Hotel, crossing from downtown Fort Myers into North Fort Myers. Obviously overcast skies as we continue to deal with those hit and miss isolated light rain showers. So the way that we know the cold front has cleared certain communities, I'm always looking at those dew points. Dew points, the measure of moisture in the air, and where those dew points have really started to drop dramatically. For example, we're already down to 59 in Cape Coral as well as Fort Myers. The cold front's cleared this area, but it has yet to come through LaBelle and Immokalee, for example. So at this point, we do have some of that drier air starting to creep its way in, and for all of us, those dew points will be plunging overnight in the wake of that front. So much drier air will greet you as you step out tomorrow morning. Low humidity is expected throughout the day as those dew points fall even more so into the 30s for tomorrow afternoon. The reason I bring up dew points is because that means that your humidity will be exceptionally low. So low, in fact, that when you factor in our ongoing drought conditions, we do have a fire weather watch in effect for most of southwest Florida. So a fire weather watch basically means that any fire that does start could spread quickly, especially with winds out of the northwest between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Higher gusts are expected, but again, that humidity will be as low as 30%. Speaking of those winds, here's what we're expecting for tomorrow. Winds will be out of the north instead of out of the south like they were earlier today ahead of that front. Gusts in the morning, 20 to 25 miles per hour, dropping into the teens as we head into the afternoon. And that drier air, this is what we're going to be waking up to Friday morning. Not tomorrow morning, but Friday morning. It's going to be a very chilly start. Time to break out those sweaters and jackets across the board. But tomorrow morning, still a fairly mild start. Upper 50s, lower 60s, lots of sunshine on tap for tomorrow. But look at those high temperatures struggling to even get out of the lower 70s. And looking ahead to your Friday, a cool start, a nice rebound in the afternoon. Then over the weekend, we're back to the lower 80s.